Welcome to Trinity Lutheran Church in downtown, the big city of New York Mills. I don't know where you're at today. Let us know in the comment section as we can hold you in our prayers in the weeks to come.
Before the light of day shined on your little face, God knew your name, but no one else could see how precious you would be. God knew your name, and He held you so close in His loving hand, and He wanted all to see that before the light of day shined on your little face, God knew your name. Before you walked around, before you first felt out, God knew your name. Before you rode your trike, and then that first red bike, God knew your name. He was with you every day, right there by your side, even when you made mistakes. Before the light of day shined on your little face, and God knew your name. Before the wedding bells arranged the story well, God knew your name. Before that first new home and children of your home, God knew your name. And through all times, both the good and bad, He held you in His hand. Before the light of day shined on your little face, God knew your name. As you gracefully grew old, you know you hadn't been told, God knew your name. And one day when you died and your friends and family cried, God knew your name. And the angels carried your soul to me, and I said, welcome home. You were one of mine, I loved you for all time, I knew your name.
Tammy and I had the opportunity to come 12 years ago here to New York Mills, Minnesota, as God allowed the congregation to send me a call, and God led me to take the call to be the pastor here, and I'm coming on 12 years. But one of the first things we had to do when we got here, we had to show people who we be. Yes, I said that the way I did it. And the first thing you had to do in order to establish who you be is you got to get all your credentials, driver's license and all that. But in order before you can even get that, you have to have a mailing address. So of course for us, the first thing we did, you get a post office box here at our local post office and deal with the great people in here. And we finally found out who we be. You know, that's a question that's asked all the time. People are looking, because of the silliness of the world and the sinful flesh, they're always trying to get some kind of identity somewhere or someplace. And too often the world is constantly inflicting on us that we're an accident. The prophet Isaiah says different when he says, Isaiah 43 verse 1, "But now thus says the Lord, your creator, O Jacob, and he who formed you, O Israel, do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I've called you by name. you are mine. The hymn you just heard, God knew your name. And the good news is God knew us even before the creation of time. He knew us as we were conceived in our mother's womb, where our soul was united with us as a child in our mother's womb. And that soul was for eternity. And that's true as God brought us and gave us life in His kingdom of power. And under His kingdom of grace, He's marked us all by His holy precious blood and our very baptismal waters, as we have been adorned by Him, made righteous in the eyes of the Father, because of the day's coming, the kingdom of grace, where you and I will be in the presence of our God. At the advent or death, our soul will be in the presence of Jesus, waiting for the day of resurrection. Who you be? I don't know. Let us know. Where are you at? Where are you from? Hey, take a picture of your post office or your post office box and send it to us, because everybody wants to know who you be. And with all the world that's going around us, God bless you and keep us and guide us as we look for His coming again.